You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Don't get careless.
You tell me.
This one's mine.
I'm on. Ignite.
I'm also doing the airborne part.
No escape. You got fire.
I've got this. Let him mark me.
All yours.
Lost in pain.
Swallow dance.
Take this!
Do it!
Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
I'm even stronger than before.
I have a bad feeling about this. This one's mine. There! Sleep now. Into the shadows! I'm going to be my best. Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art!
When he slows down, that's our chance.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze it!
Flaming
More of that quiver! Master Leonard's raging cascade!
Can't get out of this!
Dance in the wind!
Lost in pain.
Get out of there! Annihilation!
Take this!
Light astral energy! All right!
Be still!
What's this?
You're mine! It's over!
Here's
Follow
evil!
blade! Try this!
It's time!
You're mine! Be still!
See what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Reload!
You're mine!
Lightning orb!
You're
Raging
finished!
cascade!
Flaming thrust!
Annihilation!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Lightning ablative!
Swallow dance!
I'm
just getting started.
Air
I'll
thrust!
tear you apart!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Talon sword!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, One can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's done in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure.
I can feel my power growing!
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
This one's tough!
Leave the chargers to me! I never miss!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
See what I can Sounds like a job for yours truly! Far enough! Eat this! I never miss! Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I'm all stuffed up! Hey, when did I get this popular? Not in your dreams!
Take this! I'm on it!
Lunar Blast!
Be still!
Lightning Orb!
Take this! You're finished!
It was nice.
Destruction! Lightning
Do it!
Blast!
Lightning Orb! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take...
You got company!
Swallow Blade! Try
Hear
this!
me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Here I go!
Light escalator! Dance in the wind!
Lightning thrust!
Hover
Mirage!
Powered hurricane!
In a bind? Now I'm in the
Hear
groove!
me! Flame of fury! Dance in the wind!
Lightning thrust!
Mirage! Ready to go! More for the side!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Mirage!
Burning strike!
Ready to
Dance in the
go!
wind! Pierce evil! Sleep now!
Go again!
Freeze laser!
Be still!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Lightning thrust! This one's all mine!
Now I'm in the groove!
Ignite! Take this!
Go away!
Dynamic supernova!
Mirage!
Raging cascade!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it!
Take!
Blow them away!
There! Light
Be
acid
still!
raging cascade! Spread!
With this, I can become even stronger. More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
bad feeling about this.
You're mine!
Don't mind if I do.
You're
Here I go. Go
Eternal
time!
domination!
It's a duel of the arts!
You're mine!
Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I'm here to help! Help this! In here! Back at the here with the others!
Be still! Take this!
One at a time!
Stardust!
Healing air! Fire flash!
I owe you one.
I'm ready! Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Here's your flame! I never miss! Do it!
Ready and aware!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
Hi, Hoodle! Light escalator!
These fists have got your name on them! I hope this thing is mentally improved.
Searing flame!
I can carve through armor!
Leave the enemy's arms to me!
No further!
No complaints here! Now in the groove!
I'll bring you back. Here goes!
Swallow blade! Try this! Infernal strike! You're mine!
This'll come in healing! Not on my watch!
You're mine! First strike!
Did you just heal me?
Prepare to be seized. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Deny! Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
I'll heal you all!
Strike! Flaming thrust!
Dance in the healing circle!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Be still!
So those are damn afterlife. Something you want to say? Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
Hey, that... More for the stop!
That took more energy than I expected. That equipment should come in handy.
I'll heal you all!
I'll smash you!
Here I come!
Healing circle!
No further!
Thunder field!
I owe you one!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
Field! Moving
Here I
direction!
come!
Thunder dragon! By the power of field!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
I'm on it!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Light astrology! Alright! It's showtime! Sorry.
Stay away from my friend!
I'm like bait to them!
Where are you going?
You're mine! You
Do
can
it!
fall!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here's a healing arc! That's gonna smart!
Now I can let loose! Mirage!
Dance in the wind! In here!
I lost myself in the heat of the moment!
Dazzle!
Healing circle!
I owe you one! Be still! Mirage!
By the power
No escape! Destruction!
Do it!
Lightning shield! yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
I can't hold on much longer!
Take this!
You can't get out of this!
I'm all stuffed up!
Crush! Be still!
Thunder field!
Mirage!
Raging Cascade!
You're dead! Be still!
Sweet now! Here's the Evo! I'll be saving this
I'm
one!
on
Freeze
stuff.
Lancer!
Talon Hurricane! Be still!
Glacial
Mirage!
Spear!
Here I come!
Air Thrust!
It's over!
Eat this! Freeze Lancer!
There's always room for improvement.
I just noticed none of you other Danins have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renins.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danon slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renin doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldomenencia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
I'm only getting started!
Burn in hell! Swallow dance! Mirage! Here I come!
Get on it, ready!
First strike!
Holy snap!
Take this!
This one's mine!
Crush!
Lightning orb! All right, now!
In an instant! Impact block!
Here's a healing arc!
Lightning thrust! Mirage! or never. Take this! Slither Dragon! Lightning Thrust! You're on! Mirror Escape! You're on!
Ready to go!
Eat this!
I need to be stronger.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Into the shadows! Shining supernova! Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Photon blast!
Destruction! Watch it! Slash!
Glacial spear!
This one's all
Piercing
mine! Not today!
shield! Dance in the wind!
Be still!
Air
You're
blast!
on!
Photon
Enough
blast!
done!
By the power of where are you going? Not on my watch!
Talon Storm!
Annihilation!
That's quite a talent.
Your father once made the same remark.
Believe in my dad.
You're finished!
Do it! Thank you! Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
Nicely done, Leon.
You're slacking. Step it up!
Yeah! You got it! Take this! It's over!
In a bind. Watch this. They got me flanked.
Leave it! Show me! In an instant! Impact block!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. Denied.
It's on!
I'll be ready! I'll heal you all!
You picked the wrong fight!
Air thrust!
Lightning thrust! Okay, here I go. It's over!
Where are you going? Air thrust!
Dazzle! You're on! You're mine! Lightning thrust! You're on! Go! Look sharp! Lightning Thunderblade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Freeze laser!
Smash you!
I'm not done!
Eat this!
Lightning thrust! You're on!
Eat this!
You're finished!
Eagle Dazzle!
Confiscated!
Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Excited! Go!
I'm on it!
Lightning
Lightning
bolt! Thunderblade!
Great!
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure...
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holing himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danins and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she's absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about...
Right, here goes! Swallow blade! This one's all mine! Not today! Be still! Mirage! Now I can let loose! Mirage!
I never miss! Lightning! Downfall! Here's a healing arc! Lightning arc!
Do they not teach you to say thank you in damage? Not to a Renin who don't.
In an instant! Impact block!
Sighted! Over! Annihilation!
No further!
Shattering
Lightning! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
See what I can do!
Annihilation!
Swallow
Reload!
Flush!
Dance in the wind!
Infernal Torrent!
Here goes! Not in your dreams! I never miss!
Not today!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Here I come! I'm on it!
Eagle Fly! Far enough! Do it! Thunderbolt!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Sakura!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Sleep now, let me help. Let's get you on anyway. Here I go. I'm ready.
It's too much!
This one's mine.
Fine! This should do it!
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire. Photon, lightning.
Be still! Mirage! It's on!
Flame of fury.
Lightning
Burning strike.
Glacial Spear!
Here's the
Take
eagle.
this! You picked the wrong fight!
Light astral energy.
Do it! Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
First strike!
Searing
You're
thunder.
mine!
Now you see what I can do.
I'm on it!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah. Do it. I'll be saving someone. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! That's what I like to hear.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Slut! Come and face me!
Lightning dream. First aid. Far enough.
Lightning! Swallow dance!
Lunar corruption.
I'm not done!
Lightning orb.
In a bind?
Photon, lightning
Right. Watch this! Try this! Infernal Torrent! Swallow Blade! Try this! Infernal Torrent! Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Where are you going?
I'm not done! Down! Take this!
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic.
Still, it's a part of me. Embrace it.
Lightning attack!
You're on! Be still!
One more time! Pounce it! Now you're ready!
Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
You're right, the win is over! In
I
here!
can handle it! I can carve through
You're
blood!
right.
Water!
You're on! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Check out these biceps! Pretty glorious, right?
Why are guys so obsessed with their muscles?
Because these puppies have yet to let me down.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
What's that big tower over there?
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animal...
I need to get rid of these stains somehow.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Isara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Guess I misread the landing. Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess.
pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? I never miss!
You're mine! Ignite!
Who wants to be on next?
Be still!
Let's get you all tucked
You're
away!
on!
I need to be stronger.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Spear! Here's evil! Confiscated! Art expert coming through! Lancer!
You're finished! Rip and tear! Sword Rain Alpha!
Flame of fury!
Destruction! Beast!
Laser spear!
Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! They're surrounding us!
All yours!
Photon blast! Leave the enemy's arc to me!
You're on!
No place here.
I'm not done!
Into the barricade!
You're on! Take this!
I'm just getting started.
Smash you!
That gun of yours is real handy at a pinch.
To take the true weapon.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dance in the wind! Go!
Eat dirt!
You're mine! Here! By the power of one!
Far enough!
Light action! Banana, let's go!
You're on! Be still!
Do it!
I'm on it! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein. Something you wanted to say? Hey, that...
I can feel my power growing!
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Watch it! Here's evil!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even
Passes a lord?
Try this!
Here's evil! Dance in the wind! Here, I can handle it! Let's get you up!
Here I come! You're finished!
Now you see what I can do!
This one's all mine!
I'll finish you here and now!
Show me your strength.
You're on!
Hear me! Flame of Fire! Ready?
Be still!
Come on! Here's evil!
Escape!
I can damage this one! Dance in the wind! Flame of Fury!
Now we're done.
Here's evil!
Take this!
Here.
Here's a hero! Here!
I'm on it!
First aid!
Here I go!
I feel like me
It's over!
I'm ready!
Enjoy.
Thunder Blade! One more time!
Right!
Here.
Searing Tempest! And that's another wheel!
that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?